Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is your girl Blessing, and today we're gonna be talking or diving into one of the most important topics for anyone preparing, you know, for the Life in the UK test. So this chapter one is the values and principles of the United Kingdom. So if you're planning to settle here permanently in the UK, or if you want to become a British citizen, this chapter forms the foundation of everything you need to know. So grab a notebook because we'll be breaking everything down from the British values to what it means to become a permanent citizen and how to ace a life in the UK test itself. Now let's get started. Now, part one of this video is the values and principles of the UK. When you come to the United Kingdom, you're joining a society that values freedom, that values fairness and respect for others. So these values aren't just words, they are shaped how people live and interact every single day. Let's go through the British values one after the other. Then democracy. This means people in the UK have a say in how the country is being run. Citizens can vote in elections to choose their leaders and influence decisions. So it's about participation and fairness. Every voice in the UK matters during election. Number two is the rule of law. No one is above the law in the UK, not even the government or royal family. The law protects everyone equally, ensuring that there is justice and there's fairness in the society. Number three is individual liberty. In the UK, people have the right to make their own choices, whether it's religion, lifestyle, or even opinion. So as long as it does not harm anybody or it does not harm others, this value encourages freedom of thought and also freedom of expression. Number four is the mutual respect and tolerance. So in the UK, there is a diverse country. The UK is a diverse country. It is home to people from different backgrounds, home to people from different beliefs and also different cultures. So respecting others, even when you don't agree with them, is key to living peacefully in the United Kingdom. Another point, which is number five, is equality and fairness. Everyone in the UK is treated equally, regardless of your gender, your race, religion, or even background. So discrimination in this country is against the law, and fairness is deeply, deeply rooted in the British society. So when you talk about British value, it's really about creating a society where everyone lives, everyone feels safe, everyone feels respected, free to live their lives as they please, free to belong to the society, free to join community, and free to love one another while you're living here. So now beyond these values, there are also principles that guide life in the UK. So now these principles, we talk about it one after the other. Number one is taking personal responsibility for your actions. In the United Kingdom, you as an individual, you take responsibility for your actions in this country, supporting the community you live in. In the United Kingdom also, you support the community that you live in, irrespective of your background or where you're coming from. Respecting and obeying the law is another key factor that you as an immigrant have to understand that you need to respect and obey the law in this country. Then the last is the respecting the rights and also the values of others and respecting the rights of others. So these principles form moral backbone of British life. And as someone who lives, works, or even studies here, understanding and following them helps you become part of the community. When you live in this country, you need to understand basically all of these things that have been mentioned for you to, form part of the community or the society where you're living. As someone who's coming from another background or another country coming down here, you have to understand these key values, to get these key principles. Is going to guide you day to day day in, day out, and whatever you do is going to be with you all throughout your stay in the country. Now, part two of life in the UK test and everything you need to know while you are living in the United Kingdom now. Becoming a permanent citizen in this country is very key. It's very important. Everyone wants to become, a British permanent resident. But there are a lot of things that needs to be followed while you're living here. Now that we understand all these values that I had previously said in the first part, which is the part one, let's talk more about becoming a permanent citizen in the UK. So in the UK, there are two key stages before full citizenship. Number one, we have the indefinite leave to remain, which is the ILR. This means you can live and work in the UK without time restrictions. Number two is the British citizenship. This is when you officially become a citizen of the United Kingdom. So I'm going to break everything down in this video. Now let's break it down. Step 1. Indefinite leave to remain, ILR. In order for you to apply for ILR, you usually need to have lived in the United Kingdom legally for 5 years. Though some visa types vary, So some of the things that you need to prove is you need to prove your English or your knowledge of English. You'll be able to speak English. You need to prove that you understand and can speak English, can interact in English. You need to pass a life in the UK test. You need to have no serious crime records while you're living here, and it also show continuous residence in the United Kingdom. So once you get your ILR, you can stay in the UK permanently. You can work here freely. You can access most public services. Now, once you've done all of that, to British citizenship, you have to get your British, that is if you want. So after holding your ILR for maximum a period of 12 months, you cannot apply for your citizenship, provided you meet all these conditions that have been made or that have been stated earlier. So now you must be over 18. You must have lived in the country for about 5 years, but they're proposing to extend it to 10 years now. We haven't heard from the government yet, but we still state the recent number of years you need to live in the UK because it has not been changed yet. There's so many, laws that have not really laws. So many things people have been proposing, to extend ILR to 10 years, but we have not gotten any response as regarding to that. So we'll stick to the 5 years that we know. So you need to pass life in the UK test, and you need to, you intend to make the UK your permanent home. So once all of this ship ceremony, where you take an oath of loyalty, talk about the king and the pledge to respect the right, the freedom, and laws of the United Kingdom. It is a proud moment. It's such a proud moment because it means you're officially part of the British family. And let's be honest, for many of us who built a life here, you've been working, raising kids, or even contributing to the community, is more than paperwork. It's about belonging and also feeling at home. While you were living here, you need to give back to the society. You need to contribute to the economy for you to be part of the resident or for you to be part of the British community or the people living here. So part 3 of this video, I will talk about part 3 of this video now. Taking the life in the UK test. Now let's talk about one of the biggest steps in this journey, the life in the UK test. The test is designed to make sure that you understand the British value, understand the history, and also the tradition and everyday life while living here. So now the basics that you all need to understand is the test is taken on the computer. It has 24 multi-choice questions. You need to score at least 75%, which is pass, which is 18 questions. You have about 5 to 45 minutes to complete it. And now these are the topics that are covered in the Life in the UK test. The values and the principle of the United Kingdom, the history of the United Kingdom, important historical events and the people, UK government and political system, everyday life and culture. Now, how do you prepare for this? Study the official handbook, which is Life in the UK test, United Kingdom, a guide for new residents. It could be any of the edition, but if you want to be updated, you can go for 2025 edition. You take a practice test. There are many online resource apps that can help you. You focus on key facts, actually about date, tradition, and legal system. You still calm, do not panic, and be confident. It's not all about memorizing everything. It's about understanding the society you are becoming part of. And on that day, which is on the day of the test, you bring your ID card and the proof of address. You try as much as you can to arrive very early, double check, make sure everything, your booking confirmation, everything is intact. Once you pass, you receive a pass certificate, you keep it safe, and you need it for your ILR or citizenship application. So, in conclusion to all of this that have been said in this chapter one, which is the values and the principles of the United Kingdom, which I have, taken time to explain, these are the things that have covered in this topic. We talked about what makes British values special. We talked about the process of becoming a permanent citizen. We talked about how to prepare for and how to pass the life in the UK test. Talked about how to become a permanent resident and how to obtain your citizenship in the United Kingdom once you've passed your ILR. So if you found this video tips helpful, please like, subscribe, and also share it with anyone who's preparing for their life in the UK test journey. Let's grow together as we build our dreams here in the United Kingdom. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.